Hey, I wanted to kind of do a little video response to Men of the Infinite on your advice to Christians. Let me first say, I thought it was really well done. I am a Christian, but boy, there was some things to think about there. So I'd kind of like to respond to some of your points now, and we'll begin with the first one. Now, on your first point, you say, ensure that your concept of God is so vague that no one can know precisely what you're talking about. There's vagueness and there's just not able to comprehend all of it. And I think as human beings, we can't comprehend God. Don't necessarily mean to be vague, but it's just really hard to put into words sometimes because God is so much more than my understanding. Your second point says, pay no attention to people who try to reason with you. Know that they are mere shysters out to deceive you. I got to tell you, man, I love that one. I thought it was pretty funny. But there does seem to be some truth in the way that people think about that. I don't believe that if somebody wants to discuss something that they're shysters trying to deceive me. I don't believe that I am wiser or smarter than an atheist. We just choose to believe different things. So, but I do love to dialogue about God and about the things that we choose to believe. Well, then you have here, number 3, if doubts arise in your mind, then make the God concept even more vague. If possible, move God beyond the reaches of thought where he'll be safe. Well, here again, the vagueness is just a not knowing. I can't possibly understand him, but I do understand this, that he doesn't need me to keep him safe. That's for sure. Number 4, God is infinitely mysterious. 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 I don't know. Hey, number 5 says, learn to fully submit to God. In this way, you can cease the irritating habit of thinking and soon attain peace. Well, you know what? My friend, I believe that God wants us to think. I believe that he wants us to think. I think he wants us to change. I think he wants us to grow. I think that pat Christianese answers, that's really not what we're looking for. We need to think. We really do. And I think that's what submitting to God is about. It's about doing the hard work of thinking sometimes. I love number 6. Never cease to harden your beliefs. Otherwise, reality will begin to seep into your life and you'll be in real trouble. If you're having difficulties, go to church services on a more regular basis. Boy, I'll tell you what, I think you hit the nail on the head on that one. Because I think oftentimes we as Christians get the idea that somehow we have a grip on the truth and now that's it. But I'm firmly convinced that if our theology is the same this year as it was last year, we haven't grown. Because growth is about change. And if we haven't changed, then we haven't grown. That doesn't mean that God changes. That doesn't mean that his word changes. But it means that our understanding has constantly got to change as we continue down the journey on which we travel. And then there's number 7. Take time to study the sciences. By doing so, you will be better able to distort and misrepresent them. Hey, you know what? Number 2 goes both ways. I don't think anybody's trying to deceive anybody. It's just our understanding. You know what I mean? And number 8 says, do not read the Gospels too closely, as you may find anomalies. If you do find a threatening passage, ignore it. If some unease remains, then go to your local preacher. His life is dedicated to your well-being. Well, you know what? It's not that you may find some anomalies. there will be stuff that we don't understand. Hey, I have been a Christian 35 years, and there's stuff I don't understand. And I've run it an awful lot of times. But you know what? As the years go on, I begin to understand a little more and a little more. And some of it, I guess I just won't. But that's okay. You know what? I don't understand how my car runs, but I go out there and get in it every day. And I go places in it. And number 9 says, above all, do not think for yourself. If you do, your friends will leave you and you'll be alone. God does not approve of antisocial ways. Well, I don't think I agree with that. I believe that we were created to think. We were created to think for ourselves. We think based on what we learn and what we choose to believe. And yeah, it's true. Friends will leave you. You'll be alone. That's on both sides of the fence. That's not just Christians. And number 10 says, listen to your feelings. If they are happy, then God is happy, for God created us to be happy. Did he not? Well, I don't know that he did. I don't read anywhere that that's why he created us. You know, oftentimes happiness is a byproduct of his Spirit moving in us and us trusting in him. Yeah, I just want you to know that made this video not as an argument, but to give you kind of a Christian point of view. Well, my point of view of a Christian point of view on the subject. But I do thank you for your video, because it got me to thinking. And I hope maybe mine will get you to thinking a little bit. Hey, you have a good one.